y'all. If you're watching, you already know what time it is. It's time for my 39 cents. So I'm not gonna I don't plan on getting too deep. But I gotta speak on it, you know what I'm saying? And see, the way I map out my 39 cents is if I see a song, or a production, or an event. It doesn't matter, see. I'm not limited to a certain type of topic. That's why this is a podcast. I talk about what I feel on certain things that occur, whether it's my personal life, whether it's the lives of people I associate with, my family, my loved ones, my enemies. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And today, I want to talk about how people use trash talking for clout. Let me explain. So, like, you're a podcaster, right? And you notice somebody doesn't like certain things that you say. And granted, you shouldn't care because you're a podcaster. It's the nature of the business. It is what it is. You got to just kind of go with the flow and let the pieces fall where they may, right? That's just what it is. But, like, there's a line, and there's a line that you just don't cross. And it seems like some people these days like to cross those lines more often than not. Like, you gotta understand the risk that you're taking. Like, real talk, there might be unwritten rules to podcasting and being a public figure and all that, but there still is a line. You could still get hurt. You could still bring problems and issues on to yourself and those that associate with you before you realize it. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to take this as a threat or as a direct jab. If you do, you're welcome. I'm glad. Here's the thing. You got to know when to stop. You got to know the line. And you got to toe the line when it comes to certain things. You got to have a certain moral code to be a public figure. And if you don't, in my opinion, you shouldn't be a public figure. Like, you got to have balance. If nothing else, you gotta have balance. So, like, if you know somebody is involved with somebody, and you know both of these somebodies, right? Like, you've met them in person, and you've hung out, you've had a conversation about whatever before, and you choose to reference one of the others of this duo, this couple, in an explicit manner. Even if it's just to make a reference point, you're wrong. You can't do that and be like, everything's hunky-dory. Okay. Nah, like, if you're friends with a woman, and that woman is married, and you're friends with that man, and you're a male yourself, and you decide to make a reference on, like, one of your podcasts, hey, if I was here, stuck with this person and this person, I'm going to try to kill this person so that I can have sex with her. You're wrong. If you're a woman, same scenario, and you make that kind of a reference, hey, if me and this woman are the last women on earth and we're stuck with this guy, mind you, this guy you're referencing is married or in a committed relationship, same as if you're the guy making a reference to a woman in a committed relationship, and you say, I'm gonna go at this other girl until she's dead so I can get all the French benefits from that guy. You're wrong. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's the kind of stuff, that can get you what's called bad press. Bad press and good press is press. Press is press. I get that. But it can very possibly lead to you having your chest caved in. It's not a threat. That's just a fact. Come from where I come from, that's how shit's handled. At least it was when I was growing up. You gotta be respectful. See, you can't be a disrespectful tool and expect other people to respect you when you don't know the first thing about giving respect to others. It just doesn't work. It's a give and take. They say it's a dog-eat-dog world. It really is. And I'm a pit bull. And if I'm not that, I'm a wolf. That's why my name is White Wolf. Aside from the fact that it ties directly to my Native American lineage. If you didn't know that, now you know. This white devil is part Native American. So yeah, like, talking trash is cool to a point. But it only gets you so far, and then after a certain point, it's going to get you into some pretty messed up situations, and it very possibly could be your undoing, you know? With great power comes great responsibility. That's a quote from Spider-Man, one of my wife's favorite, superheroes. Uncle Ben, Peter Parker's uncle. In almost every Marvel universe of the multiverse, I believe that is said by whoever becomes Spider-Man's, guardian. I know Uncle Ben says it numerous times in numerous universes, which is pretty dope. So it's a constant. And it applies to real life. And it doesn't matter if you have just underground power, or if you're mainstream, or if you started underground and now you're mainstream, or if you have full in both worlds. If you have any number of followers, which nowadays most of us do because of social media, if you have any followers at all, and you are abusing your power, you're wrong. Here's why. You are now teaching others, whether you mean to or not, how to be. You are teaching other people, whether you mean to or not, how to be, how to act, how to interact with other people, other beings. And you don't gotta be a people person. I'm not necessarily a people person, but most of the time, I'm not gonna say all the time. You know, I'm human. I'm flawed. I'm not a perfect human. But most of the time, I'm mindful of what I say and how I say it. And if I say some stuff that's gonna ruffle feathers, I have something to say to back it up that is valid and legitimate. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go for people's throats, and I don't take little side jabs and stabs at people for no reason. And I don't do it behind their backs. Or do it where, if I have a way to send them something directly when I'm talking about them, I will. When I did a diss track at Snitch 9, 6ix9ine, whatever, Tekashi, whatever you want to call the boy. When I diss tracked him, I never thought, I know it wouldn't really go nowhere. I don't care. My brother and I did it, because that's how I legitimately felt. When I still had an Instagram, and I still had a Facebook, I made sure I sought him out, found which pages were actually him, and I sent it directly to him. And you know what? He read the message, so I know he saw it. He might not have responded. It don't matter. He knows there's at least one person out here in the world that sees through his bull. I see through his crap. And me, real recognize real, and I don't recognize him. So there's that. Excuse me. But yeah, man, you can only talk trash about somebody or throw shade only for so long before it comes full circle. And it ties to my last video, or one of my last videos. I'm not sure when this one's going to go up, mind you. But it ties to one of my last 39 cents that I spoke about karma. You can't just keep doing things unapologetically thinking that there's not going to be any recourse, any backlash, any consequence. To every action is a consequence. And the consequence is not always bad. There's good consequences. I know, it sounds weird. When I first heard it put to me that way, I was like, huh? I was always taught that a consequence is a punishment. You know what I mean? Consequences can be a punishment or a reward. That's why we have parents. That's why we're raised the way we are, or supposed to be raised a certain way. And then when we get older, we realize, what our mom and dad was doing, or aunt, uncle, grandma, whatever, whoever raised you, what our guardian was doing as we were growing was teaching us how to handle the real world. Mind you, there's a lot of us who had dysfunctional upbringings, and I get that. But I'm not going to get into that right now. But see me, I'll give you a chance to correct your ways. I'll give you a chance to apologize and recant certain things that you say. I have no problem doing that. I'm patient. I'm way more patient than people give me credit for, But once I'm fed up, that's it. I'm going to go at you on a podcast. I'm going to come at you on a verse or 2 or 7. I'm going to dish you on other people's songs. I'll get on a song with you if you're an artist and dish you in the same song. You know what I mean? I'll guest appear on your show if you're a podcaster and tell you about yourself on your own show. I don't care. Also, don't care about losing a physical fight. I keep saying that. The day that you see GIFTED39 get his ass whooped, it won't matter to me. Get up, brush myself off, keep on doing what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I'm me. So you can be unapologetic, not care what people think in the right way. There's a right and wrong way to do everything. You know what I'm saying? I pray about everything I do. Like, I'm trying not to cuss right now, and I'm extremely angry about some stuff. But I'm making a concerted effort not to cuss. Why? Because I don't feel like it's necessary, because I'm too smart for that. Mind you, I've done some episodes in the past where I'm cussing every other word. God forgive me. Because that's the only person I need to worry about forgiveness from at the end of my life. Yes, I want to make my wife happy. Yes, I want to make my friends happy. Yes, I want to represent where I'm from. Everybody be happy about that. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. But it really doesn't mean anything in the end when I face him, when I face the Father in heaven. And you ain't got to be a believer to know what I'm saying is true. There's this, in most of us, there's like this little pool in the back of our mind, the back of our heart. We know something's out there. We know it is. We know we're not alone in this universe. You know what I mean? We know. You know. Doing to others what you would have them doing to you. It's one of my favorite scriptures, man. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And there's a reason I give people chances, see? I'll address them privately. I'll address them directly. I'll have someone else to address it. You know, but once I see that they're not getting the hit, they're not getting the point, alright, looks like I gotta spank you. Looks like I gotta whoop you now. You know what I mean? I treat you like a child, put you over my knee. People really don't know what they're biting off to try and chew when they come at me. I could say that about anybody though, because you really don't know what you're dealing with when you directly or indirectly issue a challenge to some people. You don't know. You don't know what that person's been through. You don't know what their triggers are. You don't know what they're not going to find funny. You don't know what they're going to take serious. You don't know what they're going to take to heart. You don't know if they're going to come for you. You don't know if they see you, they're going to beat your ass on sight. You don't know. You don't know. You could be the toughest, roughest, meanest dude and still get caught slipping. I promise you. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to some guys that I respected. Old heads. In the hood. Doing their thing. For my whole life. That one day they got caught slipping. Dead in the street. I'm not saying that's where you're headed. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to you if you're the one that's taking this message to heart. But it could. And you never know. You never know when your number's up. You never know when your number's up. Look at DMX. I guarantee you that brother did not count on dying at 50. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the dog. But I guarantee he didn't count on dying at 50. Do I think he knew it was coming soon? Absolutely. Listen to how he was talking in interviews in past years. You know, he became a pastor. A lot of people don't know that. DMX became a pastor. You know what I mean? He was still doing his music. Still doing, you know what I mean? Because he was from the hood. Real. Just because you are still reflecting on what you came from doesn't mean you haven't made changes in your present in order to prepare for your future. Just because you still reflect on what you came from in your past doesn't mean you haven't made changes in your present to prepare for your future. That's powerful. That just came to me. I hope somebody uses that. I hope somebody understands that. You know? Judge not, lest ye be judged. Doing to others as you would have others do unto you. You know? It's even in the Bible, you're not supposed to speak on other people, slander other people. You're not supposed to gossip. Half of what America does now on social media is gossip. Come on, man. I mean, shoot. Some people can say what I'm doing right now is gossip, and that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I'm far from perfect. God forgive me if anything I'm doing right now is wrong in your eyes. And I'm saying that publicly in front of anybody that's watching this video. You know what I'm saying? Period. But yeah, there's a line you got to draw for yourself when you're a public figure. And you got to hold yourself responsible and accountable not to cross that line. Because when you cross that line, you may get a lot more than you bargained for. And I don't mean it in a positive fashion at all. I don't mean it in a positive fashion. I mean, don't be out here just talking crazy, spouting out whatever comes to your mind, thinking that you're never going to see these people in person. You don't know. Just because of COVID? Yeah, all right. COVID ain't stopping nobody over here. I've been living life normal, like, you know what I mean? Blessed. Still go do things I need to do. Yeah, I mask up, whatever. Stupid ass mask. I mean, I've been blessed to the point being able to get shows and stuff. Started doing that again. Anyway, that's my 39 cents on it. Stop talking trash. I mean, because the clout that you get from talking trash only gets you so far until you fall.